bookstore. We ain't know where a bookstore was. We right here in front of Barney's and Nobley.
Every day.
Came in here and got all your books.
There's a famous joke by Chris Rock that involves a subset of black men that starts with an N that I won't say, this kryptonite that you see here that's debilitating Superman, and books, reading. You probably heard the joke, but simply put, something as simple as reading in the black community can be a flashpoint because everything is a flashpoint in the black community. But simply put, one of the most enjoyable experiences you can have is sitting down and reading a book. Fiction, nonfiction, reference book, textbook, it doesn't really matter if you're interested in it or it's something that tickles your fancy or it's just a way to relax. There's nothing better than reading. But like I said, we politicize everything, don't we?
You not smooth because you not reading. Y'all need to start reading so you can have convos with the bitch. Start reading, bruh. Start watching poetry. Start working on your mouthpiece. Start talking to people when you go outside. That's how you gonna be better at talking to these bitches. She realized you a weirdo. That's why she not with you. You can't even hold a convo because you don't read. You thought because you had all the money in the world. You thought because your body was on point, the bitch is gonna stay with you. Hell no. Your mind don't even have the words to spit game. You don't even know what to talk about when you talking to a woman, so you might be fine as hell in her eyes, but as soon as you start opening your mouth, she gonna realize you a square ass.
We right here in front of Barney's and Nobley.
As someone who has fond memories of going to the bookstore, it was always cool as a teenager to visit the bookstore either before or after going to the arcade, so a trip to Barney's and Nobley as a high school student wasn't a big deal to me. Going to Walden Books or B. Dalton was pretty cool as a teenager. Of course, before that, we went to Sunday school, where we were encouraged to read our Bibles every day. And at Sunday school one fateful day, the teacher asked us, "What do you do on the weekends?" And some of us raised our hand and said we play video games and all of that. And then I, thinking I was the studious guy that was going to be the kind of brown noser, said, "I go to the library." And the teacher looked at me sideways and says, "I know about strawberries and blueberries, but what is a library?" Stunned, of course, I said, "A library, the place with the books." And she corrected all of us and she said, "There is no such thing as a library. There is a library." And when the teacher pointed that out to me, I realized that instant that I needed to read a lot more.
You want to save your money? Put it in your books. Don't read.
I can't help but push back on the point that this gentleman is making, that as a selling point for reading, you could be better at chatting up young ladies. And the reason why I would say that is simply put, I read the things that I deem are necessary for my betterment or the things that are important to me. And if she cares about me, she's going to feign interest in those things. I think that there's a rare occasion where maybe normally you read books about economics or world history, or in my case, learning language. Then you meet a young lady that is interested in that. You might read a book so you could have a conversation with that particular young lady. But the idea of doing that on the regular so that I could talk to young ladies, I just have better books to read. Because quite simply put, there are just going to be people that aren't going to like you. And I think one thing that black men should get better at is being the bad guy, being the villain, and accepting the fact that some people just aren't going to like you. Because guess what? No matter what you do, some people just aren't going to like you.
I don't know what y'all got going on in the Philippines, but according to the CDC, the Philippines has one of the highest HIV rates amongst their people than most of the world.
Passport bros. It's not surprising at all. It's not surprising at all that a lot of you guys are coming back home burning. It's not surprising at all, because just like I said a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, is that a lot of you guys are not going outside of the country for wives. You're going out of the country to tourism and to take advantage of people.
Just when we think we've heard it all, the rapper Sexy Redd introduces her new lip products. Now, here are some of the names on the flavors. Get ready for this, Dr. Ruth. Yellow Discharge, Booty Hole Brown, Gonorrhea, Blue Balls, and Sex on My Period, which happens to be fruit scented, according to Sexy Redd. Carmen, is that what you really want?
Get it sexy. Get it sexy. Okay, here's what I got to say about this, okay? This is who she is. This is what she raps about in her songs. So it's great marketing
But
for
I mean, she
her.
uses, I've never heard Sexy Redd other than something commercial, but
This is in
there's
her
some-
songs.
these
Booty
are
Hole
the-
Brown, all that. Yeah, it's
Okay.
in her songs. I play it.
You go to these third world countries, second world their countries who are not financially where they need to be. A dollar goes a lot further. You feel like a king. You got a nice little hotel. You know what I'm saying? You get 2 or 3 girls who know you from the last visit. And 9 times out of 10, a lot of y'all don't want to admit it, but a lot of y'all be getting these girls pregnant and y'all leave them over there and never want to go back. And now y'all want to go to another place.
It is comical in 2025 to hear morality talk when a popular rapper releases lip gloss that has colorful names associated with adult stuff. And you also have Glorilla, who is singing songs about basically having a direct line to the people that make sure that babies don't get born. It is in this environment that this gentleman is trying to shame guys who are expressing legal rights to go to countries and do legal things in those countries that they would not be able to do if they were deemed illegal in those countries. He is shaming guys that have thin skin.
Because now the Philippines has always been a background for passport bros, but that's when 8x5x11 men were going rampant over there. Okay, when I say rampant over there. Now, y'all want to go over there. And now a lot of y'all having regrets because black, American women are just not, domesticated. They don't want to cook and clean. They don't want to let a man leave, blah, 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 blah. Now you going over there and you coming back with that okay? We all knew this was coming. Like all of the empty threats, all of the empty verbiage, all of the bravado that you guys were going back and forth on the internet. We knew that the truth will eventually come to the light. And look what's going on. They're going wild out there and y'all catching it. Coming back home thinking that we don't know what you've been doing.
So really the lesson in all of this is you need to get more comfortable in your own skin, especially in an environment where there's going to be a one-way shaming. There's no shaming of Sexy Redd. There's shaming of guys going overseas and doing what they choose to do because it's their God-given right, as long as they don't break any laws. But here, these two gentlemen are ready to stand on the front line to shame guys. The same way a gentleman is telling you, if you can't chat up a woman because you're not reading enough books, that's a you issue. When all things considered, just do what you want to do and have thicker skin. Because that's the best way to do all of this. Speaking of thick skin.
Cooking with Brian. Cooking with Brian. Oh, excuse me. Cooking with Ronald. 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 I cook for myself, baby. I cook for myself, baby. Wow. Here we are once again with Rama on a Thursday, on the weekend. The weekend is almost here. So yeah, Venere, Samedi, what's it, Lundi, or what is the date? Today is Thursday. Jeudi.
Monday,
Venere,
Tuesday,
Samedi,
Thursday.
For the two gentlemen that in the first TikTok, of course, was saying that men need to read books so that you can chat up young ladies. And the second gentleman saying, oh, this is not the Philippines, this is West Africa. Same difference. He's passport bro, except he's a PhD. Do you think that he is tailoring his reading list to talk to this young lady? I don't think so. Do you think that he's worried about all of this silliness that the second gentleman was talking about in terms of what this gentleman is taking to Africa? I don't think he cares. And I think it's that kind of attitude that guys need to take with us when we're either going overseas dealing with the kind of talking backlash that's going to come from people that are either jealous or just want to hate. Because truth be told, it doesn't really matter what you are, what you do. If you have haters, they're not going to say things that are going to be flattering about you. In fact, they're going to say things that are going to be negative. What you read, where you go, who you spend your time with, they're going to find a problem with that. And at the same time, they're going to champion Sexy Redd for putting out a lip gloss line that's not suitable for children. It just shows that some people are going to hate because they just want to hate. And in this situation, this environment now where pretty much all of the old rules are fading away, one-way shame is all they got. And if you're falling victim to the one-way shame, just know that they're shaming you when most likely, if they were in your shoes, they would probably do the exact thing that you're doing if they could. Remember that when you choose the books you choose to read, and you choose where you choose to go and who you choose to be with when you get there, those haters, if they were in your shoes, probably would be doing the same thing. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, comment below. Catch the next video. Take care.